Greetings to all of you, and welcome to our next reflection about faith. Today, as I said, I would like to talk about one of my experience on faith. As you can see, I am on the top of the mountain, and down there is a village called Ratolo, Ligaya, and this is the people given to my spiritual care. Every missionary, when he or she arrives to a new country, the first thing which he or she is supposed to do is to learn the local language, to study the local language, culture, customs, and so on. And I remember when I arrived to Botswana, after 5 months sitting in the classroom, each one of us was sent to a village. And I was sent to a village called Ratol, Botswana, Africa. And I lived with an elderly couple, the lady of the house, around 75 years old, her name Botsabelo, and her husband around 77 years old. Life in the village, the pace of life, is extremely slow, monotonous, really sometimes quite difficult. Every day, we used to sit with Botsabelo in the shade of the tree. We take the Bible and we read the text from the Bible, and we talk about the Word of God. Of course, everything in the local language. Very good way to practice the local language. Every day, after a lunch siesta, I used to go either for a bicycle ride to the bush. Bush is about little thorn trees and lots of sand. Or I used to climb the mountain, which was just at the edge of the village. Beautiful mountain. It took me around 1.5 hours to reach the top. I remember one afternoon when I arrived from my bicycle ride. I just entered the yard and I could see the elderly man, the man of the house with his friends from the village. That was their daily ritual. They used to sit in the shade of the tree to have tea or coffee and discuss. And the funny thing, they never pay attention to me. They ignored me. I was too young for them. So when I arrived to the yard, of course I went to them to greet them. And then Botsabelo was just preparing for them tea or coffee. And she looks at me and she says, "What happened?" I didn't know exactly what she meant, but then she points out the back of my t-shirt. There was lots of blood. In fact, when I was riding in the bush, yeah, I did torn the t-shirt and lots of blood there. Then I look at the man who didn't pay attention to me, that I was there. I said, "I will make a story. I'll make a story." Then I said to her, "You know, a lion." When I said the name, when I mentioned the name, a lion, immediately they stop talking and they look at me, and one of them says, "What do you mean a lion? What happened?" Then I said, "You know, the lion jumped on me from the tree and I killed the lion." The other guy says, "But how can you kill the lion if you don't have a weapon?" Then I explained, I asked Botsabelo to bring the Bible, the Bible. So I opened the Gospel of Mark, chapter 4, verse 30, and I read the passage about the mustard seed. Jesus says, "If your faith is the size of a mustard seed, you say to that mountain, move from that spot to the other," and it does. When I read the passage, they kept quiet. They didn't say a single word. They could challenge my wisdom, my power of whatever, but they have the respect for the Word of God, and they kept quiet. The same very evening, and the following day, a rumor spread in the village which says this young white man has a pub. A few days later, I'm just ready to go to the mountain. Ratolo came to me, Botsabelo came to me, and she says, can I go with you? And I look at her and say, where do you want to go? Then she says, to the top of the mountain. And I say to her, but can you do that? And I thought, and I smiled, I said, gosh, if she goes with me, either she dies on the way, or it takes us really many hours to reach the top. And I asked her again, can you do that? And you know what she did? She took the Bible. She opened the Gospel of Mark, chapter 4, verse 13 and so on, and she read the passage about the faith of the size of a mustard seed. And I kept quiet like those old men. I couldn't say anything. So we went. We went to the top. It took us a couple of hours. When we were there, I just sit in the shade of the tree, and she is walking down on the top. And she looks at the village down there. And I could see the pride, joy, that joy of faith on her face. And she comes to me and she says, you know, I've been here for 65 years, more. And I never seen those people from the top. I never seen them in their own houses, their own yards. And then she goes again. She walks. And she comes back and says to me, now I understand why Jesus used to go to the mountain to pray. In one moment, he could see everyone there in their own houses, with their matters, failures, successes, joy and misery. And in that one moment, he takes everyone in one prayer to the Father. As you can see, I am on the top of the mountain, and down there are the people who are given to my spiritual care. And as Botsabelo says, in one prayer, I am taking all of them to the Father. Welcome to our next session, which I will try to talk about the capacity of faith. The capacity of faith which is expressed in the endurance to the very end. Greetings to all of you.